What's going on, everybody? Stock Jock here, up $1,192 in the first hour of trading. Finished up the morning, 5,200. Finished up the day. This is gonna be a long video. I have successfully consumed a half a bottle of champagne. It was delicious. A couple lobster tails, some filet mignon, and some Brussels sprouts. And let me say, I probably had a little too much of the champagne. So I apologize if this video is a little scatterbrained. I think that's good. Anyway, $5,298 on the day, all live in chat. If you don't know, if you don't know already, I have a live chat room. It's completely free. Come join it. Link for that Twitch stream is down below. All kinds of traders are welcome. Experienced traders are great because you guys call out great setups. A couple of them I took today. Made lots of money. Appreciate it. New traders are welcome as well. That's what this whole channel was made for. That's what this whole, we actually have a Discord as well. That's what Discord was made for as well. To teach people how to do this. We want to create 1%ers. Completely free. It's a way to give back. When I started learning how to trade, this kind of stuff didn't exist. It was like it was very hard to learn how to trade because the tools weren't there. You basically had to pay for a chat room and then kind of glean what they're doing from that. Nowadays, everybody's day trading. Tons of strats out there. It's just my way of giving back to the community. Anyway, we're building it up. It's really good. We've got about 2,000 subscribers on Twitch. Crap ton of followers, and a Discord over I think it's over 4,000 now. So huge. Anyway, get in here. Let's get into the trades. So this first trade was FSR. This one was gapping up on some news, and out of the gates it had this drop, had bounce, and then it did a candle under candle, and this is how I would actually short something. Candle under candle, I would get in on the break of the bounce candle. So I would have gone short here, looking for low of the run, and I would have taken my profit here. The thing that I saw about this one is as soon as it did all that, it bounced immediately back up. And when I see something like that and it doesn't continue down, when I see something like that, I think reversal or potential reversal. So my thought process is if the next candle opens up and it breaks this high right there, I will go long. And that's what happened. It broke. And what I'm thinking is if this is a true reversal, we're going to get a pretty big pop up. And if I'm lucky, I get back towards high day. That's not the way it happened. I got candle over candle here. It just fizzled out. And as soon as I went long, 1806, 4,000 shares, got the candle over candle. Nothing happened. It was pretty apparent that it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Cut it loose, move on. I got out 1801, 4,000 shares, a loss of 5-6 cents. Not a big loss. Could have been way worse. It did drop way down. So good idea. I'd take it again, but just didn't pan out. FSR over 1810 on watch. There's the 1 minute. Didn't do anything. Zoom video dropping on headline from Spotify, work from anywhere. So this next trade was on Tesla, and it was a similar idea. Out of the gates, Tesla dropped, bounced, did a candle under candle, and this was a 1 minute fail to the downside. It did not really go anywhere. But instead of taking the next candle over candle, which might have been a good, I just didn't see it in time, I don't think. I was waiting for this break, this little peak that it created. And I said, okay, if it breaks this, maybe we get a reversal and this shoots up. So I go long right when I see this break, this little pivot point break. And it shoots up $1, but immediately rejects it, comes back down. And I didn't like that. And I wasn't really paying attention to kind of this rising support here. I guess I could have. Because later on, few minutes later, it did exactly what I thought it would do. Shoot up into freaking orbit. But when I went long, I was looking for it to go here. I went long at 665. I was very green on it for like a second. When you watch the live trade, you'll see my P&L just like blow up, and then immediately it reverses and goes very red on me. So this was a 40 contract buy at 665, 667. And I exited for about a 50-cent loss overall on 4,000 shares. So it was like a $2,000 loser. But again, it didn't do what I thought it would do. Got to cut it loose, move on. I got to obey my rules. I didn't watch it after the fact. Otherwise, this did lead like a little 1-minute play to maybe, obviously, it did work there. But didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Cut it loose, move on. Ooh, rejected that pretty hard. Wow. So, oh man.
To the moon.
Yeah, I'm out. That was a nasty kind of, that should have gone and it didn't. I mean, it could still go. It's Tesla. But I don't like that. That should have been a rip rather than a rejection. So this next trade really kind of upsets me as I'm going back and watching it. There was a flat top here. These two peaks connected. Kind of gives you a ceiling that if it breaks it probably gets a decent pop. When I flipped to this chart, however, this wick did not exist. In fact, it looked to be exactly lined up with this one. So I was thinking, as I'm into this trade, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to play candle over candle. Again, pretend this little wick isn't above this line that I'm hovering over. This one right here. It's horizontal. Pretend that little wick doesn't exist. I'm telling myself, all right, well, this is about to go candle over candle, and that's going to slingshot us and break through this, and we're probably going to get a big pop. Kind of like what happened over here. But the reality is E-Trade's, and this is my biggest gripe with E-Trade. I swear if they ever fix this, I would never complain about E-Trade ever again. It's probably a lie, but I think I wouldn't. It's very, very annoying. If I flip, say we're in the, this is a 1 minute chart, right? Well, these candles open and close every minute. If I flip to this candle 30 seconds into this candlestick, so 30 seconds have already elapsed, and I switch this ticker, and you would think I would be able to see what this candlestick has already done in those previous 30 seconds. No. If I flip over, it doesn't show me anything that's happened before I got there. In fact, it just populates the candlestick like it's a brand new candlestick. And it'll show me the next 30 seconds of it, but it won't show me what happened previous. And that's exactly what happened here. I got over here and I saw the amount of time, and I don't know what it was. It might have been 5 seconds already elapsed. Whatever. The important part is this little wick did not exist. And when I run the live clip, you will see this little wick does not exist when I am trying to play candle over candle here. When I make this trade, I go long right here at 946. I went long on this candlestick, thinking this is about to go pop, pull back, candle over candle, and we're going to break through here. That's what I was thinking. If I would have already seen that this did a 1 minute candle over candle fail, that would have changed the game completely. Instead of being a candle over candle, then it turns into an ABCD pattern where the breakout is there. That's a game changer. But the very fact that E-Trade's charts don't tell you what happened if you come over in mid-candlestick, it doesn't tell you what happened before you got there, is extremely unacceptable, especially since this has been going on for freaking, dare I say, decades? So, at least a decade. At least as long as I've been on the platform. It's unbelievably annoying. Every other platform does not do that. Why this one does it, I have no clue. This is one of the sole reasons that I purchase and use TradingView. It's unbelievable. So now that I'm off my, because this cost me, let's see, I went long 74.50 and got out at, call it 74.30. That's 20 cents on 4,000 shares. That's $600 because of bad information. So anyway, I try to go long because I don't see that little wick is there. I'm thinking it's this. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go candle over candle. It didn't work out. I stop out. That's the clip. You'll see me. I am looking at this ticker. I look away for a second, and that's the only thing to do is when a candlestick closes after you've like come over into it and mid candlestick, the only way to get the correct candlestick formation is after that candlestick closes, you switch to a different ticker and then you come back and it will populate what actually happened in that whole entire minute. Unbelievable. So anyway, lost money on this trade. You'll see when I run live. I like this Bumble setup. Of course, I get the freaking high. So this candle over candle needs to go. Didn't go. Come on. Some sellers, this 50. If that goes, you can get a nice pop. $40, $48, $49. $50, getting hit again. Didn't sell her at 50. Yeah. So I did not see this break of 74.62 because he trades charts are garbage. Otherwise, I would not have taken this trade. It wasn't until I reloaded that I saw that. So this next trade is a 5-minute play. And what I mean by a 5-minute play is exactly what I mean by when I say 1-minute play. It's a pop. This is the 1-minute play, right? So pop, 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 pullback candle, and entry is candle over candle, looking for high of the run. This is our current run right here, right? Running up, taking profit over that level. Pop, pullback, candle over candle. Well, you can also do that on the 5-minute chart. Pop, pullback, candle over candle. And that's what happened right here. This pullback candle's high is right there. So I flip over to this, and I don't know why I flipped over it. I can't remember if it was on my watch list or someone called it out in chat. I don't really remember, but it doesn't matter. It was a winning trade, and it looked really good. When I flipped to it, I took it immediately because I saw it. I was like, yep, there's my breakout spot. If the price looks like it's going to break it, let's go. I took inside this candle, I took 4,000 shares at 806 and 809, got the break, and I'm looking for, again, high of the run immediately. I got all that all in one go, and I started selling as soon as that happened. Got out at 823 and 828. Nice win. Fisker's, what was that ticker? FSR?
Yeah.
That was a good 1 minute. Good call. $8.10 break on FTFT 5-minute. I have not made a green trade this morning. Come on, I need a green trade. There we go. Finally. Sell, 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 sell. E-trade. Jeez. So this next play is a 1 minute setup. If you hear me call this out in chat, that's exactly what I mean. So in this case, we have a run going on, a breakout. It's on this high day push. All right. So anything that's high day pushes has a potential of a 1 minute play as it's moving up. So in this case, you had a pop through high day, pullback, candle over candle, looking for high of the run. Got it, right? That's a successful 1 minute play. Then you continue that on. Pop, 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 pop. All right, that run has continued. Pullback candle. This is where I entered in. Candle over candle, I went long. 872 and 874. Got the break, immediately shot up to high of the run, and I took profit as soon as it was over that level. That's the 1 minute play in a nutshell. It was pretty quick, pretty easy. Flawless victory with fatality. It was beautiful. Weifu, 1 minute. Out at 9. Out the rest, 891. So this is a good example of a candle over candle fail. And what I mean by that is I'll explain. So we have this huge move up here, kind of a breakout. Yeah, it was almost towards high of day. So we're setting up a potential breakout over high of day. So this is definitely a place where I'm going to use any kind of candle over candle setup. So we got this nice move up towards resistance, high of day. We get our pullback candle. You just get rid of that. Just know that high day's up there. We got our pullback candle here. So the run is over of going up. We're in pullback stage. And I'm going to definitely play next candle over candle, which happens here, right there. Just a penny. It beat it by like or 2 pennies. The idea was that it would launch it to break the high day, wherever that was up here, right? That's the idea. It's a little 1 minute play consolidation before it rips through high of day, slingshot engage kind of thing, right? So this is an example of where it failed. Pop, 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 pullback candle, continue pullback, candle over candle. Doesn't get to the high of the run immediately. Forget that one. Doesn't get to the high of the run. This is our run. Doesn't get there immediately. And I give it a second, just kind of stalls here. And I'm like, nope, that's not what it's supposed to do. I got to cut it loose. I got long at 1567, 4,000 shares, exited 1562. I did switch tickers, so there's 2 things that can happen when this 1 minute fails. All right. The first thing that can happen is it just reverses like we saw earlier and just turns into a dumpster fire. The second thing that I could do is what happened here is a retest of a support level. In this case, it's the 9 EMA that I use. Bounce off of there, and then the place where it failed turns into the breakout spot. So this little part where it failed now turns into a breakout spot. And you kind of see right here when we broke that level. Then we got the slingshot to take us to high of the run, which when that broke, sent it to the next resistance level, and when that broke, sent us up at another, 30, 40 cents. So I didn't stick around, I don't think. No, I didn't stick around to watch that. But that is this is what we call the ABCD pattern, or better, the W pattern. It looks like a W. So you have a 1 minute candle over candle fail, meaning it doesn't launch here, retest of support, and then it goes. Didn't work for me, but if I would have stuck around 2 minutes longer, I definitely would have taken that trade again with the breakout being right there. I know, yeah, nice call, and I know. Oh, did it break it there? Sure did.
HYLN.
So this next trade, I'm not too clear on why I took it. I can't remember. Certainly, we had kind of this early morning pivot spot right around here, but I think I flipped to this ticker because there was like unusual call options going off on it. I can't remember. I think that's what it was though. Anyway, I flip to it. I see this level here about to be broken. That was resistance from this morning. I thought, okay, if it breaks it, it gets a pop. Sure enough, it did. I went long at 27.98 and 28.09, but I remember it took a while to exit. It was kind of choppy through here. And I got a pretty decent fill at 28.21. I remember putting that out on the ask and got filled. But the second lot, I actually lost money on. It was a winner overall, but not a big one because the exit on the second half was about an 8-cent loser. As it was coming back down, I started freaking out, thought I was going to just collapse, which it ended up doing, now that I look at it. So I sold that next half for a loss of 8. The first half was a win of like 23. And these spreads, what the heck? Trade WKEY popping up. So this next trade is on MVIS, and again we had a kind of a drop, a pop out of the morning, created this high up here. They tried to continue to move up, created another ceiling right here, and I was watching price action. It's kind of bouncing across the ceiling, and it looked like if this area could break, it could probably break out, which it ended up doing. However, it didn't do it when I thought it was going to go. I went long MVIS. Where are we at? Right inside this candle. I was using this kind of this little pivot as an entry to maybe break this one and get the rip. Went long, 4,000 shares, 1767. Okay, got the break, got the pop. The candlestick didn't look like this when I exited. You'll see it. It shot up here to 1773 and then immediately dropped down. And that's when I stopped out at, I mean, it's a small loss. We're talking $40. But as soon as it shot down, it shot right back up and ended up making an insane move. A dollar. I mean, it was basically, I missed out on $4,000 just because it literally did what I thought it would do, but then didn't break out, so I cut it loose, loss of $40, only to watch it shoot up $1 moments later. That's trading for you. That's going to happen. You trade long enough, this just doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't. You just don't care because it's like there's no way in the world you would have known it was going to go into orbit as soon as you got out. some kind of hidden seller. A lot of volume. Oh, broke it. I think. Oh, for a minute there was flashing 70. It's magical hidden seller. It finally go? Oh, it finally broke. As soon as I hit the sell button. So this next trade that I'm going to go over is IZEA. I actually did take a another trade on WPRT, but I held it a longer time, so I'm just not going to go over it. It was a bigger win. I think it was like a $2,000 win, which is where most of my gains, as you can tell, this morning has been all over the freaking place. Big winners, big losers, small winners, small losers. It's just been chop for me. That was the whole day. At one point, I was up $6,000 in the day, and then I gave all of it back except $1,500. So I was up $1,500, and then I finished the day up $5,000 plus. So it was all over the place. I mean, I usually sit here all day, interact with chat, whatever. I had to go lay down. I was like, man, this is exhausting. I had to lay down for like 30 minutes. So anyway, IZEA. This one was called out by one of our moderators, Martisan. Shout out to Martisan. I screwed up the trade. I got in really nicely on the news. It was a military contract, which it should be huge for this company. It got a nice move. I was up $2,000. Thought I was going to keep going, and someone put on the brakes and just said nope. So I took about, what is this, 10,000 shares on this. Got in at 44, 87, 85, 90, and 88. Got a huge move up to 517. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Had enough time to read the news. I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, really? Is this great or not? I don't know. And then it just started coming right back down. It was up at 517, and one fell swoop dropped 20 cents. I was like, well, that's all my profit. And at that point, you know, these news plays, it's all about speed. It's a completely different ballgame, right? It's all about speed. How fast can you type in the ticker? How fast can you get over here? Can you push the buy button faster than other people? And I did, and I normally can. I just didn't push the sell button fast enough. Whoa, did I take, how many shares? I'm taking 12,000 shares of this. Let's see. 3, 6, 10. Yeah, I took 12,000 shares. So, and I exited. I got a small win out of it. I exited 3,000 shares at 491, 490, 4,000 shares at 489, 2,000 shares at 485. So I did make a very small amount of profit for the amount of share size that I had. But again, these news plays typically go like this. You get a big pop, and they sell right off, and then it's back to where it started. Unless it's really, really big news, like some kind of deal with Amazon or something like that. Like the small company has a huge deal with Amazon. You know, that could be, you know, a game changer for the company and therefore a game changer for the stock. That happens once in a blue moon. But this wasn't it. I thought it was. You know, Martisan had the right news. It was a military contract. It just too many sellers and just kind of killed the move overall. That's the way it is. All right, so it's filled the gap. I would expect to pull that.
IZEA news, military contract.
IZEA, good call. That can fly. What's the news here? IZEA expands military contract. They're like a marketing expansion of this management serves the branch of the U.S. military. Huh. Surely this thing can get a bid off of that news. I'm sure it's... Oh, there goes my WPRT. Wow, really? Really, IZEA? Like, not even gonna try? Small one. So this next play is a 5-minute play on NIO. This one was called out again by Martisan, another great call, and this is exactly why we have this community. There's no way I would have even seen this trade. I wasn't paying attention to it. Someone else was. They call it out. I can take it if I like it, and I did like it, so I took it, and it was profitable. What he saw was a 5-minute play, and that's exactly what this was. Pop, pop on the 5-minute chart, breaking out for new highs in this run. Great. Got to wait for a pullback, so we get a pullback candle. Continue the pullback. Continue the pullback. Candle over candle entry. That's what I took right here. You'll see it when I run it live. Let's see if it lines up. Oops. Whatever. It's right here. I took it. I went long 1580 and 1583, 4,000 shares total. Got a quick pop, and I'm scalping that. It didn't immediately, and a 5-minute chart is probably not going, it's not, the only way that the 1-minute play and the 5-minute play is different. With a 1-minute play, if I see a pop, pullback, candle over candle, I want it to get a high of the run immediately. 5-minute chart, if I'm doing this play on the 5-minute chart, I'm not expecting it to get to high of the run immediately. I'm just looking for this for a quick scalp. As soon as I'm green, I'm out. And then, since it would be back in an uptrend, I can go watch the 1-minute chart, see if there's anything. This turned out to be, if I remember correctly, a failure move. Yeah, so this is a pop, pullback, candle over candle fail on the 5-minute, but nonetheless, that didn't affect me. I exited because I was green on the trade, scalping this setup here. Got in, like I said, got out 1586 and 1587.
INO 5-minute.
Nice call. Is it 79? Good call. So I get a lot of questions on how I would trade in a downtrending market. And the question is very simple. I just inverse what I do when things are going up. So a lot of times I play the pop, pullback, candle over candle, or the 1-minute setup. You hear me say it's all the same stuff. Well, if we have a downward trending market or a stock moving down, I'll just do the inverse. So it's drop, bounce, candle, under candle. And that's kind of what I had here. So we had a drop, we had a bounce, we had candle under candle break, looking for low of the run. Take your profit, rinse and repeat. Drop, drop, bounce, bounce. I went short right here for the candle under candle. Now this was interesting because Tesla, it didn't go immediately, and it made me a little nervous. So when I go short, again, I'm looking for low of the run, and I'm going to take profit as soon as that happens. And It just was too, it was slow. It happened slow, which makes me nervous because Tesla loves to do these false or these failed 1 minute candle under candle moves, and then they with the what it loves doing is does a failed 1 minute candle over breathe, SJ. It loves doing a drop, a bounce, a candle under candle failure, meaning it doesn't go to the low of the run, and then the next candle over candle just takes it straight to freaking Mars. Fortunately for me, this one worked out. So I went short. I took puts on this one, 1336. It didn't go immediately. It just kind of grinded it its way. And then I was like, okay, it's going to break this level. And why I liked this level, and I added at 1369, 20 more contracts, is because right behind it, you had a pivot from this morning right there. And I said, okay, if you break this, you're going low a day. And sure enough, that's what happened. We broke this level, and when you see it live, it didn't collapse through here. It just kind of like, and when I saw it just go, bleh, I was like, all right, I'm out, taking the profit. It was a nice win, very nice win overall. But moments later, it finally made the move that I was looking for. Whatever, it would have been a huge win at that point. But you know what? It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Take the profit, move on. I don't know what I had this once ago. Tesla 5 minute is straight down. My guess is it's going. I don't know. What is this? 91.61. Okay. But it broke the low, didn't go anywhere. Broke this level, didn't collapse. This kind of stuff I'm talking about with Tesla. Main level right behind it is 89. 89, 85.
Come on.
Feels like it's pushing it. Yeah. There we go. Oh. Broke low. Well, it broke that. Didn't go low a day yet. Oh, I don't know. Taking the profit. If it pushes low a day, I'll take another scalp on it. So this next trade, I can't remember if someone called it out to bring my attention. We had this huge pop here, and I don't know why I took this trade. When I see something like pop up like this and they come all the way back down and then give me a 1 minute play, I'm not trying to play that, but I did in this case. I don't know why. It worked out. The big problem, the big problem is I usually keep my my quantity of shares to buy at 2,000. Just, I'm used to it. I can double click it. 4,000 shares. I've been taking 4,000 shares pretty regularly these days. Is just normal. For some reason, it was switched to 4,000, probably from a previous trade. I don't know. Whatever. It was set to 4,000, and I double clicked it. 8,000 shares. Whoa! So I didn't mean to have 8,000. Nonetheless, I have 8,000 shares at this point. I get in looking for this 1 minute play. I get in at 11.55 average. It's chop fest. I mean, you can see this thing shot up, came right back down. It's like 15-cent move. Yeah, 15-cent move, shot right back down. Right? So I'm trying to gracefully exit this thing. And it was this candlestick, finally got moving again, broke this high. And I exited 4,000 shares, 11.64, $400 win on 10 cents. Exited 2,000 shares at 11.74 up in this area. And then another 2,000 shares at 11.73. So it was a nice win. But man, that was a big accident as far as share size. Just didn't move fast enough for me through that low. But I mean, that's fine. I'm not trying to catch the entire move. I'm trying to scalp. If I don't feel comfortable, I get out with profit. There's FCAC. Shit, I just bought 8,000 shares on accident. Okay. I had to buy 4,000. Let's lower the size. What's the deal with this thing? Okay, that turned out okay. I gotta be still red on the day. Barely. So this next play, and let me know in the description down below if you've made it this far in the video. Congratulations, you are a true studier. If you're able to watch this entire video, I want to know who you are. I want to pat you on the back. But anyway, this is a good example of why I pay for news services that tell me news in my ear, breaking news that has to do with specific tickers that could move the stock price. This is from Benzinga Pro. The link for that is down below. It's an affiliate link. I do get a cut. I'm not just shilling this so I can get a cut. I shill it because I believe in it 100%. I've been a subscriber to them for as long as I've been day trading. Literally. Maybe the first year I didn't have it. So whatever. A very, very long time. Once I found out about it, I signed up for the 2-week free trial. And I made more money in that 2 weeks to pay for the service. I said during those 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, if I can make enough money off of those 2 weeks to pay for another month, I'll do it. So I paid for another month, and then it turned into an annual thing. And then it's just ridiculous how much money I make off of Benzinga. So much so that I looked for the guy on Twitter, and I thanked him personally on Twitter. I said, his name's Charlie, Benzinga Charlie. We call him Benzinga Charlie. I said, Charlie, I can't thank you enough for your call outs. You put food on my table and you let me have an amazing life. And it's true. So anyway, Benzinga Pro, link for it is down below. Look at this thing. It's a desert as far as volume goes. And all of a sudden, this huge volume comes out of nowhere. If you were just sitting there, Joe Schmo, sitting at his trading desk, you wouldn't know why. You wouldn't even probably been alerted. You've seen your high days ticker maybe explode with PRTY, but you wouldn't know why, and you probably would have gotten into the game late, and there probably would have been no play for you, really. What the news was is, and all it was is, I can't, when you see the live clip, you can't hear the news because I can't broadcast the news, the squawk service when I'm streaming. It's against Benzinga's terms of service, which makes sense. You know, if I can't pay for a product, then give it to 1,000 people for free. It's just, I can't do that. So anyway, what the news is 13G filed Morgan Stanley owns a percentage of the company. Well, shoot, that's big news. If Morgan Stanley is going to invest in these guys, that's a big deal. Sure enough, this is going to pop the stock. So when I heard that, I was like, all right, here we go. I got in, and again, it's about speed. It's about speed. Knowing the ticker, knowing Party City loves to move on news. Okay, I've traded it before. I've heard news before in the past pop this thing. It's in my trader Rolodex, and then Morgan Stanley buying a stake. Let's go. So I took 6,000 shares at 793, all up in this area, right around here, right? 793, 794, 798. Great fills, right? Before the news came out, the stock was sitting at 780. So I'm getting filled basically only 15 cents above that. So like worst case scenario, I get long and I hit the top, say I hit the top, I'm only out 15 cents, right? But obviously I didn't hit the top. I got in early. This thing rocketed to 860. I took profit along the way. I exited half at 814. So let's see. Let's put where I put it. I got in there. Exited half at 814 right there. So, and then I exited some more at 811. So 2,000 shares at 814, 2,000 shares at 811. So I have 2,000 shares left. Shot up over 850, half dollars and whole dollars, like $8, $8.50, $9, $9.50. Those are big levels. Usually, if you break that, that's a sell point for me. I don't expect it to go half dollar and then immediately the next, jump another 50 cents to the whole dollar level. So when it broke 850, I'm like, okay, I need to get out the rest. Sold the rest at 851, and it broke that level and came back down. So I sold the rest at 840. Really nice win. I think that, and then I sold my PRT, WPRT from the morning for a nice win as well. That brought me green on the morning, $1,192. Again, if you can afford it, it's worth every penny. You get a 2-week free trial. If you can't make enough money to afford another month of Benzinga in that 2-week trial, then either you shouldn't be buying Benzinga Pro, or you're not going to be good at news plays and try again later when you're faster or more competent in the day trading world, whatever. It's a tool that I love. It is the most important tool in my tool bag for identifying stocks. Like say even I miss this trade, right? At least it's on my radar for a pop pullback candle over candle, which in this case, it really didn't do anything, right? That would have been right there. Guess I would have gotten 4 or 5 cents, but it would have put it on my radar. And without having the news service, it would have never been on my radar. So anyway, that's my plug. I do get an affiliate cut if you take my link. I don't shill it because I get a cut. I shill it because it is a great product. I stand behind it 100%. I looked up Benzinga Charlie on freaking Twitter to thank him, not today, but in December, to thank him for what he does because he makes me money. And he said, thank you back. He's a nice guy. But yeah, it's a great product. There it is. So that's my day in a nutshell. I'll run the clip, finish the morning up $1,192, finish the day up $5,298. Have a great weekend, long weekend. See you on Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day to all you Valentines out there. Happy, what is that, on Sunday? I don't know. Anyway, I'm out. I'm freaking done. This week was long. I'm happy that it's done. I'm going to enjoy the weekend. Peace out. G Party City. Morgan Stanley with a 8.3% stake. Okay, that might get this thing going. People love some Party City, especially Wall Street bets. Taking some profit. Gotta love them news plays, baby. Get over 820. Can you do it? Daily chart, candle over candle, 821. Woof! Get you some Party City. Get you some. Oh, yeah. Oh, frick, yeah. Them news plays, baby. Get you some. That was an air kick. The chair was saved on that one.